Kody Brown has been a polarizing figure all through sister spouses, frequently condemned for his decisions, mentalities, and treatment of his plural relationships. Notwithstanding, in a new episode of Season 19, fans were left bewildered by an uncommon snapshot of achievement that even his cruelest pundits couldn't overlook. The accomplishment being referred to wasn't simply surprising, it turned into the subject of warmed conversations across virtual entertainment as watchers discussed its importance and suggestions for the earthy-colored relational peculiarity. The second that left fans dumbfounded. The astounding second came during a family gathering intended to encourage solidarity following quite a while of heightening pressure. Kody, who has frequently been blamed for evading his obligations or zeroing in exclusively on Robin, became the dominant focal point with a surprising actual accomplishment. During an open-air challenge, Kody figured out how to finish an overwhelming obstruction course in front of his grown-up kids, dazzling his family and fans. The obstruction course, set up as a component of a pleasant contest, included climbing, adjusting, and perseverance errands that expected readiness and strength. Regardless of being in his mid-50s, Kody moved toward the test with young energy, finishing it with amazing velocity and accuracy. By and by, even a portion of his youngsters, who have been vocal about their stressed relationship with him, couldn't conceal their surprise. Christine's girl Isabel was one of the first to respond, saying, "I didn't realize father actually had it in him. I thoroughly considered he'd stop midway." Janelle's child Gabe, known for his basic position toward Kody, hesitantly conceded, "Okay, that was somewhat cool. I didn't anticipate that he should really win." Fan responses, recognition and incredulity. The response from fans online was a blend of shock, deference, and incredulity. Many took to Twitter and Reddit to communicate their mistrust, with some even flippantly alluding to Kody as the rebound kid. One fan tweeted, "Did we simply observe Kody earthy-colored transform into an activity star? I'm actually handling this." One more remarked, "He's been avoiding responsibility for quite a long time, surmise he developed some endurance." While certain fans were truly intrigued by Kody's presentation, others scrutinized the realness of the scene. Allegations of the obstruction course being organized or altered to do right by Kody surfaced, with cynics contending that makers could have needed to provide him with an interesting snapshot of reclamation. A Reddit client composed, "It would make sense if they cut out parts where he battled. Attention loves to fabricate show and recovery bends." How this affects Kody's picture. Kody's stunning accomplishment comes when his public picture is at an untouched low. His stressed associations with Christine, Janelle, and Mary have been a point of convergence of the Momentum season, with watchers scrutinizing his apparent bias toward Robin and his absence of exertion in keeping up with bonds with his different spouses and kids. The hindrance course triumph, while not eradicating long periods of disputable way of behaving, provided fans with a brief look at a side of Kody that has seldom been displayed in ongoing seasons. It helped watchers to remember the magnetic, vigorous man who once sought to lead an agreeable plural family, a glaring difference to the contentious and cautious Kody found in ongoing episodes. One fan composed on Facebook, "Briefly, it seemed like we were seeing the old Kody once more. The person who used to unite everybody. It's self-contradicting on the grounds that we realize things will most likely return to disorder 1 week from now." Family responses, a defining moment or a blip. The earthy-colored family's responses to Kody's accomplishment changed. While some, as Isabel and Gabe, communicated shock and entertainment, others were less excited. Christine, presently living freely in Utah, commented in a confession booth that she was glad to see Kody drawing in with the children, however didn't completely accept that the second connoted any significant change. Janelle, who has been centered around building her own life separated from Kody, remarked, "It's incredible that Kody had his second, yet it will take significantly in excess of a deterrent course win to fix what's messed up." Robin, true to form, was profuse in her recognition, referring to the second as a sign of Kody's solidarity and initiative. Be that as it may, her gleaming comments just filled fans' analysis, with many blaming her for overstating the meaning of the occasion to additional support Kody's self-image. An emblematic triumph? For certain watchers, Kody's achievement was emblematic of his craving to recapture command over his broke family. Finishing the hindrance course should have been visible as an illustration for beating the obstacles that have tormented his connections. In any case, others contended that a solitary triumph in an actual test doesn't resolve the more profound close-to-home and social issues inside the family. One Reddit client noticed. This was Kody's opportunity to show he's as yet equipped for being areas of strength for in his family's lives, yet entirely it's sufficiently not. Activities talk stronger than obstruction courses. One more added. It's unexpected, he can vanquish an actual test, yet he can't handle the close-to-home obstructions he's made with his spouses and children. The master plan, what fans truly care about. While fans were engaged by Kody's unforeseen win, many voiced dissatisfaction that the show keeps on zeroing in on shallow show as opposed to tending to the center issues inside the family. The Browns' continuous battles with correspondence, preference, and self-improvement stay unsettled, leaving watchers hankering additional substance and responsibility from Kody. One Twitter client summarized it. Kody winning a snag course is tomfoolery and all, yet Kody earns back his children's favor? Now that sounds noteworthy, really. End. Kody Brown's stunning accomplishment on sister spouses gave an uncommon snapshot of levity and interest in a season in any case overwhelmed by strain and struggle. While the obstruction course triumph helped fans to remember a more youthful, more unique Kody, it likewise featured the unmistakable difference between his actual capacity and his close-to-home weaknesses. Whether this second signals a defining moment for Kody or essentially fills in as a concise interruption is not yet clear. For the time being, fans will keep on watching, scrutinize, and break down each move he makes, has ignited shock among fans throughout the years with his unpredictable way of behaving and problematic choices. As the series dives further into the disentangling of his plural marriage, watchers have uncovered a progression of minutes they portray as psycho, marking his activities as controlling, uncaring, and, on occasion, inside and out upsetting. Here are the most surprising and talked about minutes that have left fans nauseated with Kody's way of behaving. 1. The blade and the kidneys tirade. Quite possibly of the most notorious crossroads in late sister spouses history came during Kody's warm-to-showdown with Christine in season 17. As Christine arranged to leave the marriage, Kody released an off-the-wall outburst, blaming her for selling out him and sabotaging the family. In an emotional explosion, he proclaimed, "This is a blade in the kidneys after every one of the penances I've made to cherish you." Fans found the second profoundly upsetting, not just in light of the serious annoyance he coordinated at Christine, yet additionally because of his evident failure to assume a sense of ownership with the breakdown of their relationship. Watchers portrayed the tirade as egotistical and genuinely manipulative, with many taking to online entertainment to communicate their nausea. 2. Censuring Janelle over lodging decisions. Kody's fixation on control frequently appears in his connections with Janelle, especially with regards to monetary choices. During conversations about building homes on the Coyote Pass property, Kody over and over excused Janelle's interests about moderateness and common sense. In one especially upsetting scene, he disparaged her for needing to buy a RV to reside in briefly, referring to her choice as wild and childish. Fans rushed to call attention to the fraud, taking note of that Kody and Robin had no issue buying a sumptuous home for themselves while Janelle battled to earn a living wage. 3. Overlooking Isabel's a medical procedure. Maybe one of the most tragic minutes for watchers was Kody's absence of help during his girl Isabel's spinal medical procedure. Isabel, one of Christine's youngsters, went through a medical procedure to address her scoliosis, a significant operation that necessary close to home and actual help from her loved ones. Kody, nonetheless, decided not to go with her, referring to coronavirus worries as his justification for remaining behind. Fans were shocked, particularly since Kody had been seen breaking coronavirus conventions to visit Robin's kids for less basic matters. This second cemented many fans' perspectives that Kody focuses on Robin and her children over the remainder of the family. 4. Controlling Meri during the separation. At the point when Kody asked Meri to legitimately separate from him so he could wed Robin and take on her youngsters, it was introduced as a sacrificial represent the advantage of the family. Nonetheless, fans have since returned to the occasion, naming it as quite possibly of Kody's most manipulative move. Mary's eagerness to oblige the separation appeared to be attached in her longing to satisfy Kody and hold the family together. Looking back, watchers accept Kody took advantage of her faithfulness, particularly since their relationship disintegrated further after the separation. Fans frequently depict this as the start of Mary's disconnection from the family and Kody's close-to-home relinquishment of her. 5. Controlling Robyn's account. While Kody's preference toward Robyn is no confidential, fans have noticed how he appears to control circumstances to depict her in the best light. This incorporates minutes where he moves fault onto different spouses to safeguard Robyn from analysis. In one case, Kody blamed Christine and Janelle for not being strong enough of Robyn, despite the fact that Robyn herself conceded to battling with coordinating into the family. Watchers contend that Kody's defensive way of behaving toward Robyn comes to the detriment of his associations with his different spouses and youngsters, making a poisonous powerful inside the family. 6. The top of the family statement. Kody's statement that he ought to be perceived as the top of the family started reaction from his spouses and fans. During a family meeting, he demanded that his position ought to be regarded undoubtedly, faulting the spouses for not following his initiative. Christine, specifically, stood up against this thought, bringing up that Kody's activities didn't line up with the obligations of a genuine pioneer. Fans acclaimed Christine for confronting him, however were shocked by Kody's antiquated mentality and refusal to recognize his own shortfalls. 7. Partiality toward Robyn's children. One of the most examined focuses among sister spouses fans is Kody's unmitigated preference toward Robyn's kids. While he has been to a great extent missing in the existences of his different children, Kody frequently makes a special effort to focus on Robyn's family, both sincerely and monetarily. This bias was particularly apparent when Kody demanded severe coronavirus conventions to safeguard Robyn and her children, yet neglected to show similar thought for Janelle and Christine's families. Fans have named this way of behaving as uncalled for as well as harming to the connections inside the earthy-colored family. 8. Gaslighting Christine during their split. Kody's way of behaving during his partition from Christine has been broadly condemned as manipulative and contemptuous. Rather than tending to Christine's interests about their relationship, Kody over and again faulted her for their issues, blaming her for not investing sufficient effort to make the marriage work. In one scene, Kody proposed that Christine's craving for freedom was egotistical, in spite of her long stretches of feeling ignored and underestimated in the marriage. Fans were nauseated by his failure to identify with Christine's point of view and his endeavors to coerce her into remaining. Fan responses: shock and judgment. Fans have taken to online entertainment to voice their dissatisfaction with Kody's way of behaving, with many requiring the show to end because of the harmfulness it proceeds to exhibit. One Twitter client composed, "Kody Brown is the embodiment of an egotist. How might he watch himself back and not understand how psycho he looks?" Another fan added, "Each season, Kody figures out how to hit an extraordinary failure. His way of behaving is appalling, and it's excruciating to watch the spouses and children endure as a result of him." End. Kody Brown's Psycho Minutes on sister spouses have set his standing as one of unscripted television's most dubious figures. While his activities have kept watchers drawn in, they've additionally featured the profound cost his way of behaving has taken on his loved ones. As the series advances, fans keep on addressing whether Kody will at any point take responsibility for his activities or on the other hand on the off chance that his connections will remain cracked destroyed.